Have you ever found yourself just staring at a wall of ammunition and it feels like you're trying to read a foreign language? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to demystify the whole world of hunting calibers and really give you the key to understanding it all.
I mean, it seems like there's just no rhyme or reason to it, right? You've got some names in decimals, some are metric, and then others have these extra numbers on the end that seem totally random. It can be super confusing, whether you've been hunting for years or you're just getting started.
But hey, don't worry. By the end of this, you're going to have a really clear framework to understand what these names mean and, this is the important part, how to pick the right tool for the job. And we're going to do it with ethics and effectiveness as our #1 guide. So first things first, why are the names so inconsistent? Let's crack that code. The short answer, it's all about history. You see, caliber names really come from 3 different traditions. You've got the imperial system, which is based on inches, like the classic .308 Winchester. Then there's the metric system, like a 7x57 Mauser, where you get bullet diameter and then case length. And then you have the historic names, and that's where things get really interesting. These old school names, they really tell a story. Take the 3036, probably one of the most famous calibers on the planet. That '06 comes from the year it was adopted by the US military, 1906. And cartridges like the 3030 or 4570, they go way back to the black powder days, where that second number actually stood for the grains of powder in the case. So the big takeaway here is that the name doesn't always tell you the whole story about its power. Okay, before we even start talking about which caliber is for which animal, we have to lock in the single most important principle. This is the one rule that guides every single ethical hunter. This is it. This is the whole ball game. It's not about having the biggest, baddest rifle out there. It's about ensuring a clean, ethical harvest every single time. Every decision we make flows from this one non-negotiable idea. And this right here just says it all. True effectiveness is a mix of things, but the #1 factor always is shot placement. Your skill, your accuracy with a perfectly suitable caliber will always, always be better than a sloppy shot with a cannon. So, with that ethical foundation firmly in place, we get to the first huge fork in the road when you're choosing a caliber. And it's all about understanding that there are 2 profoundly different types of hunting. This distinction is the key to everything. You've got normal game and you've got dangerous game. And the real difference isn't just about size. It's about what the animal does when it's hit. One is going to run away from you, and the other might just run at you. So for normal game, think deer or elk, the biggest risk is losing the animal if you make a bad shot. But with dangerous game, we're talking a Cape buffalo, a big brown bear. That animal's toughness and its instinct to fight mean the risk to the hunter is incredibly high. This one distinction changes the entire calculation. Okay, now that we've got the ethics and the context down, we can finally talk about the fun part, the hardware. How do we match the right caliber to the right animal? For normal game, it's pretty much a matter of scale. For smaller stuff like white-tailed deer, calibers like the .243 or 6.5 Creedmoor are just fantastic. As you move up to bigger, tougher animals like elk, you naturally step up in power to something like a 30-06 or a 7mm Rem Mag. And for the really big, non-dangerous game, like a moose, you're looking at heavy hitters like the 338 Win Mag. It's all about matching the energy to the animal. But for dangerous game, the rules change completely. This isn't just a friendly recommendation. In a lot of places, this is the law. You need calibers that are built to smash through thick hide, break heavy bone, and literally stop a freight train in its tracks. This is a very specialized world where overwhelming power and penetration are all about your safety. And the absolute benchmark for this category is the classic .375 H&H Magnum. Now, why is that? Because it hits this perfect sweet spot. It's got more than enough power to be the legal minimum for dangerous game in a lot of Africa, but the recoil is still manageable enough that you can use it for big plains game too. It's a true master of versatility. So we've talked about the cartridge, the whole package, but that's only half the story. The actual projectile, the bullet itself, is just as critical, maybe even more so. You basically have 2 main designs for 2 very different jobs. You've got expanding bullets, which are designed for normal game, and you have solid, non-expanding bullets, which are for dangerous game. And trust me, using the wrong one for the job can lead to some really disastrous results. So an expanding bullet's job is to open up, like a mushroom once it's inside the animal.
It creates a massive wound channel and transfers all of its energy for a quick, humane takedown. A solid bullet has the exact opposite job. It's usually a tough copper alloy that's designed not to deform. Its goal is to act like an armor-piercing round, to drive deep in a straight line to reach the vitals, no matter what. And there you have it. When you break it down, it's a pretty clear, logical framework, right? You start with the golden rule of a humane harvest. Then you identify your game. Is it normal or is it dangerous? From there, you pick an appropriate class of caliber. And finally, you choose the right bullet construction for that specific job.
So, the next time you see that confusing string of numbers on a box of ammo, it's not going to be a mystery anymore. You'll know the history and the purpose behind it. Because at the end of the day, the most powerful and effective tool you can ever carry into the field isn't the rifle in your hands, it's the knowledge in your head.